that's so pretty.
Thanks.
Hi everyone, my name is Paul Davis and I'm joined by my good friend
Rotem Sivan.
And I love what you just played. It sounds like jazz to me. I want to learn some about it. Can you introduce yourself just briefly to the viewers?
Sure. Hey, what's up? So I'm Rotem Sivan. I'm a guitar player and producer. I'm based in New York, and yeah, I'm coming from a heavy jazz background, and we want to talk a little bit about the music.
The intro you were just playing, Jazz 101, can we boil it down? What was that?
Well, I was just playing a 2-5-1 progression in the key of C, but maybe we can start with just the 1.
Start with the 1. It was in C, you said, so the 1 in C to me sounds like a C major.
It sounds beautiful, you know, but maybe if we're talking about jazz, could be nice to add the 7th, so adding the B natural. And you know what I'm doing right now here, I'm dropping the 5 as well. The reason is that the main notes that are important in the chord are the 3 and the 7. The reason is if we're playing a chord, the 3 tells us whether it's major or minor.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
that's the 3, yeah, that's important.
Exactly, and the 7 tells us whether it's major 7, so that's home bass tonic, or 7.
And melody-wise, what can you play on this?
Maybe I'll play something and we'll talk about it.
Instant jazz feels over here. So what did you play? Can you enlighten me?
Yeah, so I mean, it was very simple. I was really playing the arpeggio. I was playing C major 7 from the note B, the 7th, to the 1, but was adding that little 9.
The 9 is?
9 is basically the 2, but with an octave displacement. So in the key of C, it would be C and then D, the 2, and then an octave up. So exactly.
That's where to spoil it. Yeah. Okay, that sounds great. So, melody.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, level 1 more time. 3, 4. Sweet. But this sounds like jazz, but not nearly as cool as what you did. So, how can we spice this up? Level 2.
Alright, so maybe we can take that 2, that D that we just played, and put it in the chord itself. So we have the C major 7, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But what happens if we just put that D? Yes!
So we're just adding another extension to the chord, basically.
Exactly.
Okay, so what's the name of the chord?
This would be C major 7, 9.
Okay. Lovely chord, I love that voicing. Okay, so
let me play something.
Yeah, 3, 4. I heard some spice in there.
I was using the same idea of the arpeggio that we just played, but I was using a chromatic note, this B flat to B. So B flat is maybe the worst note you can play on a it's disaster.
Let's play it together. 3, 4. Yeah, that's horrible.
That's really horrible.
So why? Why do you play it?
Yeah, because basically the chromatic notes, like the name, chromatic comes from the word chroma, which means colorful. And then I'm just adding a little color.
I didn't know that. So you're adding that strange, odd sounding note to eventually go to a note that falls on the chord, really.
Exactly.
So I got it, I can do jazz. Woo! That sounds pretty cool actually. So 3, 4. I got it. Awesome.
Nice.
Is there a level 3, Rotem?
Sure is.
Okay, teach me.
Maybe we can add another chord or two. So, I mean, playing C major 7, 9 is great, but what happens if we add a 2-5-1 to this mix?
Okay, yeah, sure. I've heard about 2-5-1s before, but I'd love you to show me.
So maybe we can use the same idea with those shell chords, which means 1, 3, 7, and play D minor 7, G7, C major 7. Oh,
it goes a little too quick. Okay, so we're in the key of C, we're playing a 2-5-1. So the 2 in C, C, D, right?
Exactly.
And the 2 chord in a major key is usually minor, minor 7th. Okay, so we play D. Ah, I see it. So this is exactly the same voicing basically as I did at C. 1, 3, and the 7.
Exactly.
1, 3, and the 7. But now it's minor 3rd and minor 7th. Ah, sweet.
Yep.
I get it. And then we go to the 5, which is G, because we all know G, C, 5, 1. So G 7th. How did you voice that?
So I was playing G, F, and B, so 1, 7, and 3. Again,
Okay, yes.
having those 3.
That's a nice voicing. Awesome. So we've got...
Exactly. Maybe I can play a melody, but I would like to kind of show... How about if I play just the scale for a second?
What scale? C major?
C major scale.
3, 4. Yeah, that sounds pretty sweet actually.
Sounds great, right?
Yeah.
I mean, C major...
But you're playing a scale, why does it sound good?
I mean, a scale is not a scale. A scale is just a beautiful melody. Right, so if you listen to it from a kind of a center point of view, it's all about tension and release.
I've never been blown away by a major scale. That's pretty sweet. Okay, last time, level 3 it is. 3, 4. Jazz! Alright, sounds pretty cool to me. But I guess this is not everything there is to it, right? Can we give some more schwung to it?
We can. How about we take that note that we had on the C major, that D,
Yeah.
the 9, and add that 9 to the D minor. What do you think?
So the 9 from D or the 9 from C?
The 9 for the D.
Ah, so that's an E,
Yes, sir.
like this,
Mm-hmm.
right?
So beautiful, huh?
Sounds pretty cool, yeah. And then on G we do?
I would keep that note there. Ooh. I would keep that note, that E there, and then you get the 13.
On top of the G.
You feeling it?
Yeah, I'm feeling it, definitely. Sorry, yeah, D minor, 7, 9. To G, 7, 13. To C, major 7, 9.
Yeah.
Beautiful chords.
It is good. It's a nice,
And
nice
how would a melody look on top of this?
let me try to play something, and I'm gonna just use the framework of C major, so no chromatic notes, no none.
No, none. Let's see. C major scale. Jazzed.
Jazz.
3, 4. That sounds pretty cool. That's
Right?
almost a lo-fi kind of hip-hop sound.
Yeah, we got there.
That's often like jazz inspired, right?
It's
That's
true, like all these... that minor 7/9 is really that.
Okay, the 251 sounds great, but I mean, I've seen crazier stuff. What can we do?
Well, we can maybe play something to lead us to that D minor. So I mean, again, the D minor 9 sounds awesome,
Yeah.
but how about we play an A7 before? That's a secondary dominant. So
Yeah.
basically, oh, you know what? I'm gonna play E half diminished, then A7. So basically, we're playing a secondary dominant, kind of 2/5 in D minor, to lead us to that chord.
Ah, okay, I get it. So D minor, we basically see D minor as the target spot, and we're gonna take another 251 leading to that D minor, and the D minor is again the starting point to get us to C major.
Exactly.
Ah, that's awesome. So on E we play half diminished,
Yeah.
or people say minor 7 flat 5 as well, if I remember correctly.
Truth.
Right? Yeah. So E half diminished to A7 to D minor 9 to G7
maybe C6-9.
Oh, that's the typical jazz sound here. Yeah. Ah, that's sweet. So, or let's do it twice as fast, maybe.
Yeah. Sounds good.
This sounds like proper jazz to me. So, what would a guitar player play over this?
Let me come up with a melody. I'm gonna still play something in C major using the same framework of the position, but a little bit more articulating that sound.
So, are you following the chords or just a few notes from the chords, or?
Yes and no. I am gonna pay attention to them, but I'm not gonna play anything chromatic.
Okay, 3, 4, and... That's really sweet.
Basically, I'm just taking the melody. I'm starting from the note E. And then the same thing, the exact same melody from the note D.
Ah. I get it. And also the high notes fall exactly on those dominant chords. So
Exactly.
that falls on the A,
Exactly,
so it's
yeah.
the fifth. Ah, I get it.
It's cool, right?
Beautiful.
But very simple. Just C major.
Yeah. But then the right notes from C major.
And then on the C major, I just played the arpeggio. Simple, but effective.
Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Anyway, this was level 5. Give me some more schwung.
All right. So how about we add a little chromatic chord now? So we have the E half to A7.
Yeah.
But how about we do E half B flat
Whoa.
to A? Just
I get it.
as a passing chord, you know what I'm saying? Just like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ah, I know that sound. I've heard that before. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then maybe. Oh, I know this one.
Yes, 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 great. Perfect. Oh, actually,
Oh, what?
maybe you can add another chord there.
So the home chord, the C, and we go a half step above it and play a dominant 7th,
Yeah.
9,
Yeah.
or yeah. Okay, cool. I got it. Melody-wise,
Let me play something a little more chromatic. Let's do it.
let's see how it sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh.
So what I was doing here, I was starting from the note B flat, which is a part of the chord E half,
Yeah.
and then going to A, and then I'm kind of thinking of this whole section as kind of targeting around this note F. So I'm basically playing this because I'm basically going to that flat 13 of the A7. Oh yeah, exactly, the A7.
Yeah. So the minor of the D as well.
Exactly, and that's why it sounds like we're going to that D minor.
This is so cool. I've never think of approaching like a note like that. It's like going that way and then you're finally there. Nope. Going the other way, almost there, and then there you are. Like
Exactly. It's
so
like, you
cool.
know, like it's like we're trying to get to Paris, and there are many ways to get there, but
Yeah.
we're eventually gonna make it, you know. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's so not what I'm used to, but it's so cool. All right, awesome. When you play it like 10 times and learn from other jazz solo, you start to see patterns that usually happen a lot.
Exactly. It's like a language, you know. We can go further.
We can stretch it even further.
We sure can. Okay, so how about we by we I mean you. I'm gonna add some walking bass.
Walking bass.
Yeah, just some
Sure.
motion, you know.
Why not? I'm just sitting here, so doing nothing. Why not do a bass guitar player as well? Okay, I know something about walking bass. So, like boom, 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 boom.
But with the chords.
But with the chords. Okay, so is and that?
Yes. Nice.
Okay, so the thing for me about walking bass is usually the most important note is the first one because that's just the root note of the chord. And the last one, that should be one semitone above or below your target chord. Usually, it's not set in stone, but that just sounds good.
It works.
Bum. Just like the approaching chords, but now just the bass note.
Yeah.
And then on the A I'm playing the major triad, dum, 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 approaching note for D. Yeah,
perfect.
Okay,
Yeah. Nice.
I know, just
Great. Yeah.
yeah. Somehow this feels kind of natural to me.
It feels good. Yeah.
Okay, so walking bass, guys. Anyway,
And let me stretch it a little bit more. Not
Yeah.
crazy, but just like a little more.
yeah, okay, sure. 3, 4. Ooh.
So I basically started from the note E. And I was
Whoa.
thinking basically going from the note E to the note G, which is a part of the chord, still
Yeah, the minor,
part
okay.
of E half. And then I went to this basically kind of like thinking about A7. So the whole section, that 2-5, I'm kind of thinking about E half, A7, and going to that C sharp. And it's the same thing, it's the
beautiful.
7th of E half diminished to the 3rd of A7. And then I did
So it's a change between E half diminished to A7, and you're really like emphasizing that by the notes you're playing. E,
exactly.
A7.
So basically, when we're playing jazz, we kind of want to articulate and describe the harmonic progression. So we want to show what happens. And one of the points of transition is between beat 4 to the beat 1, to the next bar.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what happens here. I'm articulating this E half diminished, the 7th to the A7. And then I was kind of like playing around it. And then I went to D minor and did the same thing actually, like articulating the chord basically.
Yeah.
And then and that motion, the 7 of D minor to the 3 of G, exactly on the downbeat of the new bar.
Yeah. So it could also be that I don't play rhythm guitar at all, but I would still hear the changes in your solo.
Exactly.
So instead of playing over C, just you don't hear a chord change.
Right, it could be C, right, in that sense it's one
But
center.
if you play you hear
You start hearing the chord. And then I guess at the end on the G7, I was kind of playing this sharp 9 to the flat 9. And then instead of resolving it on the 5, I went here to the major 7. But it's usually being resolved down. So sharp 9 to flat 9, that's the classic move. So I just did the opposite.
It's really awesome to get an insight into playing some of these crazier jazz lines, which sometimes still...
It's not that crazy, right?
Well, if you see it explained, it's crazy, but if the tempo is like... the changes are going all over the place, I think it's still...
It could be challenging, but you know what? Like when I see you play some of these crazy shreds, I'm like, what is he doing? You know, you were showing me before today, you were like, check this out. I'm like, oh, this is so cool.
That's
and you're
funny,
just shredding it, you know? It's the same thing, it's a different dialect, you know? It's the same thing you were showing me those things, and I'm like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And you know, this is just your
funny.
dialect.
Okay, so before we jump in a cool jam, how can we follow you, Rotem?
Well, I have a YouTube channel, and also there is Instagram and some music on Spotify.
Cool. Links are below, of course. Check out his channel if you're interested into jazz or seeing a cool guitarist with a cool pedal board and some interesting sounds going on. Thank you so much for showing me the ways.